Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back. Doing a little VOD review here of a Black Rook hold plus 27 that I ran on Tuesday night. The affixes for this key are Fortified, Spiteful, and I believe Volcanic. Just do a little check. Yep, Volcanic. Just wanted to go over the VOD for it, talk a bit through it. Some tips I have for, aspiring monks, Windwalkers specifically. But yeah, hope you enjoy. So to start here, talents or trinkets. I'm currently running the porcelain crab here at 43. Just got it to drop the other day. Been loving it. I think I got a 45% uptime here in the dungeon, which is quite good. A lot of avoidance from this trinket, a lot of mastery. If you just focus your main stats in diverse and crit, then you get the branch plus crab. That will give you a lot of mastery. I believe when I press branch, I have about 8,000 mastery. It is just, amazing. Of course, sim yourself. There's a million bajillion good Windwalker trinkets this season. So this definitely isn't the best. It's just what simmed the best for me. And, of course, it gives me the avoidance on the crab, which is great for pushing keys. So, yeah, and then I got to borrow time right there, 49 for the weapon. Personally, I think Rations technically does more damage. You will rip threat a lot more. And yeah, I was just kind of tired of dying. I still do occasionally die when I'm being a little reckless. But if you're just a little patient, borrow time will, I think, overall net you a bit less damage. Barely. But yeah, especially since mine's 49, it's not too bad at all. And if I get a mythic Ration, then fuck it, we'll take the threat. Why not? All right, let's take a look at the talents here. Bada bing. I think I pop them up here in a sec. Surely. There it is. So this is just your basic Touch of Death builds. I am, however, speccing out of Zuen's Bond here in the talent below, and opting for double spinning crane kick instead. I believe that's 20% damage from spinning crane kick. I just think it's works better. I don't really like the CDR on Zuen. I like keeping it at 2 minutes, so then I can perfectly match it with my trinket on 2 minutes, the branch. And, not too bad. As for the rest of the talents, they're all pretty basic, pretty generic. You can tell, however, I am not running Generous Pour or Close to Heart here on the sides for the 4% avoidance. And I believe the 4% healing could be 8%. But instead we have a Mistweaver on the side here who is running that. So I am good to run whatever else I want. So I believe I opted for Instant Vivify here. The 10% Vivify healing above that. Let's see, what else did I go for? I believe Fort Brew, 2-minute reduction to press more often. And then finally, could have been this Touch of Death talent here. I believe it was that. But yeah, you can also, if you don't want the Instant Vivify, you can take Bounce Back. Not too bad of a talent. And of course, if you don't have a monk in the group, if you don't have a Mistweaver or Brewmaster, I would definitely take Close to Heart and Generous Pour. They are just incredible group defensives. And then for the right side, we already went over that. Just swapped out these two talents for Spinning Crane Kick. Up to you. I don't think it makes too much of a DPS difference. I think I just prefer the increased Spinning Crane Kick damage. Cool. Should be good to head into the pull here, or the key. It is quite a bit sloppy. You're going to notice that. It's not a perfect run by any means, but we did time it with, I believe, 2-ish minutes remaining. But yeah, it's a very sloppy run. You can definitely improve on this. Anyways. We're going to head right here on the start. And we're going to do a double pull with Lust. just send that. There's going to be 3 kicks in the group from the retainer. I'm just figuring out a toy to put on. Anyway, I believe the counselor's here, right? So there's one on the left here, and then in the second room, there's one on the left, one on the right. Making sure you're getting kicks there is important, for sure. We fucked up the sweep here. So I believe our priest is going to die, unfortunately. Yep. But yeah, there we go. CD's rolling. But there's still going to be a lot of death. This is one of the most fucked packs on Fortified. You need an incredible amount of stops. And if you have somebody in your group that can call them out verbally, that is preferred. Because everybody slapping them down is definitely going to wipe you. For sure. You're going to notice there, I did diffuse about 30 seconds ago. The debuff from the retainers, right? Just like that guy. I believe it's the Soul Blade debuff. It does quite a bit of damage if you reflect it, but you can only reflect once it's on you. So you will take a bit of damage, just like that, right? I 2 stacks, boom, dead. It is tough. Let's start here. We're already at 9 deaths, but totally fine. Key is not dead by any means. We're just going to skip ahead here, end of the pack. Perfect. Killed it. 11 deaths. 3 minutes in. Not ideal at all. Totally fine though. We're going to Shroud here. Little to our knowledge, they did hotfix the strat where you can pull Counselor, Retainer, Protector and skip the Lady. I believe they patched it for MDI, or just in general. But regardless, you have to pull this entire pack now, or skip this entire pack, which might be a option later down the line. Maybe pulling a pack on the left to the start. But here we end up shrouding. We still think the strat works. So the old strat was pull these 2 and then kick the counselor. So we try that, and the lady pulls. All right, whatever. Here, just dodge the frontals from the lady. Easy as that. Walk away if you have the circle on you, or it's going to one-shot anybody. So, yep. And then just, making sure you get those soul blade kicks. And you're good to go on this pack. Not too bad. Then moving into boss here. Just tank is going against the wall here. So we can get pretty good space for him on the Reap Soul here. So he's going to cast Reap Soul. Tank just walks forward, right out of it, and right back in. Just like that. Just going to go here to the intermission. This also was not perfect at all. So I sweep these 2, put them together, try and blow them up here. I see that soul by the reach. Rop, it's a little too late. 1 goes off. All good. Then just going to cast on the rest. Nice and easy. Probably should have touched a death there, but oh well. What are you going to do? For the soul burst here, you're going to do a great combo of, you see my karma here, the bottom, and then you see my diffuse on top. See, when I press diffuse, 60% magic shield, or DR, with the karma, which is half my health, as an absorb shield, which at the moment is 1 million with Rally Cry. So it's a 500k shield with the 60% diffuse, and the shield does not even break. That is how strong the combo of Karma Diffuse is. It is incredible. They're all in the same CD, so you can pretty much do it every time. There's going to be some some instances where you don't want to stack Diffuse in Karma here, but this exact explosion, these giant hits, that's like once per boss fight. Perfect time to stack those 2 CDs. Alright, rest of the fight, pretty basic, tanks against the wall, yada yada. We're going to keep going here. Wait for the RP. Tank's going to go up the stairs here with a cocoon on him, so he does not get stacks as fast. If you have an absorb shield on you, as the tank, you will not get stacks until the absorb shield breaks. So that's pretty nice to know. Anyway, he double pulls here, and right now we're just going to be fishing for a Dance of Chi-Ji proc. Dance of Chi-Ji is just going to net us the best burst damage. It's just incredible. But yeah, just doing that blackout kick, spinning crane kick, blackout kick, spinning crane kick, not hitting it. But I do get the double touch of death there, boost my meter a bit, just not quite enough. That's all good. Our rogue is bumping for us, so we're just gonna kite the spider up the hill here. All he does is keep putting the debuff on the tank, so as long as your tank can live that, you're all in the good. Here, something important to watch out for is for casts such as Air Barrage here. It's an unkinkable cast, but you can do things such as Paralyze. Every 30 seconds, it costs about 50, maybe 60 energy. But you can Paralyze, instantly stop anything that is unkickable, right? So you can do this Air Barrage here. You can do what the what's the mob called? The Scout. You can do the Scout's dance. Yeah, so you see I just parried the archer there when he dashed back. Just a nice insta stop. You can also rop it. When you're ropping though, you always want to be visible of the tank. Don't rop behind the tank or they will instantly die. Because tanks cannot parry behind them. So you rop behind them, bang, they're dead. Don't want to do that. Anyway. Yep, so we just have an archer in the group, a scout, and then 2 champions. We can kind of ignore the 2 champions. I shouldn't be targeting them here. But, oh well, I am. I'm cleaving them anyways. Yeah, scouts down. Just gotta watch that archer on the dash. There's the air barrage. And then bang, get a pair of that. It's done. Easy. A little late in the para, but regardless, I did it. Another great combo that I use here, you'll see, is the Touch of Death, Expel Touch of Death. When you use Expel Harm, your next GCD comes up a bit faster than it normally would. So in order to not press Touch of Death to keep your hit combo up, which you can see here, I'll do Touch of Death, Expel Touch of Death, which is great. Anyway, kill this back, easy peasy. Going to next, same exact thing. Could be parrying when we don't have a CD, when we don't have any ROPs or blinds or stuns, whatever. We have a very stun-heavy group in this, with this comp. Not even a lust, but yeah, it is not bad at all. So yeah, we're just gonna do this pack here, and we just got lust off CD. So after we kill the Spitefuls, and the champion right there in the middle especially, we're going to be able to lust this next pack here. And my goal right now is just to make sure the 2 archers and the scout does not go off, as well as getting the kick on the Arcanist when needed. But yeah, I'm just in Serenity here, going for that blackout combo, and then yeah, blackout kick and keeping up Fist of Fury, especially in Serenity. Since Fist of Fury costs the most chi, you're going to be wanting to press that a lot so that you can extend your Serenity as long as possible. Bada bang. Packs down. Bunch burst damage. Got all lust. Perfect. Next pack, exact same thing. Scouts, want to stop those. Can't get knife dance off. No, sir. Watching the ROPs, all that jazz. Anyway, you get the gist. We're going to next pack. Just making sure these 2 archers don't get out. When they go out, I can rob them back in, like so. That one went a little behind the tank, so we moved, but I tried to, make it so it was, yeah, as close to the thing as possible for him to pick it up. You don't want to ROP in the middle of nowhere. You ideally want to just ROP him back into the group. Keep it nice and stacked. Nice and easy. Yep. Just going to go next. Here's the boss. I'm going to go back a little bit. We're going to tank this boss on the left side here. That's so we can start the 2 baits here. You'll also see right before the boss my hit combo expiring. Sorry. Yeah, so my hit combo expires. There are 3 abilities. which you want to be constantly pressing out of combat between packs to keep up your hit combo if you need to. So one of the abilities is X-Ball Harm. That's your best one because it only has a 15-second cooldown. Next is Chi Burst. And then third is Flying Serpent Kick. So you'll see, yeah, basically right now, I have 5 seconds on hit combo. I can either hit the boss in 5 seconds, but I'm not trying to pull for the tank. So what I'm going to do right before the pull is Flying Serpent Kick. So then that refreshes my stack of hit combo here. He pulls, boom, flying, and then bang, we're in. We only have a priest in the group for the bait on the glaive. It's on range every single time. So, yeah, no need to worry about that as a melee player. You'll notice I did hit diffuse there for the dash, though. You basically want to bait this first dash here against the left wall, and then the second dash right next to it after the first intermission. So I'm going to bait this here, and I'm just going to slap diffuse. It's a very good CD, 60% DR, and I still take 30% of my health. Quite a bit of health. Even with a giant CD. So you always want to make sure you're pressing a CD. I had Karma on cooldown. I probably would have used Karma in place of Diffuse, because Karma reflects some of the damage you take back to the enemy. You also see what we do here is we pre-robbed, our Mistweaver does. So basically every single time, this Arcanist spawns right where the Rogue is currently, and the Vanguard comes across this wall on the right side. He hops the wall. So you can pre-rob what our Mistweaver does. Well, as soon as the boss phases, 2 seconds, there we go. He's gonna pre-rob, and then it's gonna go bounce, 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 bang. It's basically just free kicks while you're getting the boss, or while you're getting the Arcanist as close to melee as possible. So it's just easy to stack. You don't even need a kick. You can just pre-rob. Beautiful. It's there. You making sure you're getting kicks on Vanguard, or on the Arcanist, and the tank should bait the Vanguard frontals away from the group. The tank should be just facing right there. So you see in a few seconds, the Vanguard should cast. There he goes, Bone Crushing Strike. Bait is right there. Tank moves to this side, we're good. The I-beams are on the priest the whole time. Get wrecked. LOL. Not a Windwalker job. Anyway. Yeah, we're going to go back to this left wall here and just bait the next 2 Dark Rushes here. So this time I do not have Diffuse, but I have Karma up, so I'll be pressing Karma on that Dark Rush in 2 seconds here. Chooses me. That's perfect. We all get to the side wall here. I press Karma, bang, it breaks the Karma shield, and I take no extra damage. Lovely. That's exactly what you want. Breaks the shield, you get some damage reflected. Perfect. You're not taking anything. You're in the clear. Anyway, next to this boss, pretty simple. I believe I might get it one more time here, and I think I'll diffuse that one when I do. I'm not 100% sure, though. We'll see. Yep, it's on me. Right before this hits, I'm going to press Diffuse. Bang. Still 50% of my health with Diffuse. So, yeah, take note. It is a lot of health if you just try to raw dog it. No defensive, no nothing. You will be fucking regretting it. Always be making sure you're pressing your defensives. That's what they're there for. They're not there for you to wait for the giant one-shot big bang. They're there for you to use and keep yourself safe, especially Windwalker, which has 4 incredibly amazing defensives. Yeah, always want to be making sure you're using those. Anyways, you'll see here, going up the stairs, got 4 seconds, gonna X-Ball Harm, keep that hit combo refreshed, and then I believe I Chi Burst here at the end. Yep, Chi Burst, keep up the hit combo. Just always making sure, it's just a nice thing to do. As well as X-Ball Harm always gives you a Chi, and Chi Burst will always give you Chi, technically, if you use it on a mob. Yeah, up to 2 if you hit 2 mobs with your Chi Burst. But yeah, I'd say it's not generally worth to use it in the middle of a pull. I'd say it's better used outside of a pull. Between pulls, Just trying to recoup your hit combo before it expires. Unfortunately, I do get hit by a Roy Boy there. We messed up one of the kicks. Unfortunate. We're already at 17 deaths. Not a problem. You might think, holy shit, 17 deaths on 27? That is fucking insane. That's a GG and a half. Boom. And then check that G burst right there. No. Not at all. Not at all. No. This key is extremely forgiving. One of the easiest keys this season. And yeah, it's easy to die in this dungeon, but it's also fine if you die. The timer is extremely forgiving. Beyond, without a doubt, the easiest key this season. Anyway, yada yada yada. Meet through this pack. Just calling out CCs in Discord. You're welcome to, if you have Discord with your group, would strongly recommend one of you using OmniCD here on the side. I'm tracking general defensive CCs, offensive, some of them. You don't have to do all that. If you want to just track CCs, that's perfectly fine. I'm tracking also melds for stuff like a Taldazar was on. But, yeah, I'm tracking probably quite a bit more than the average person should. But, yeah, up to you to set up OmniCD how you like it. I just definitely recommend using this add-on. Get this pack done. Move to the next pack. Blast it down. As long as your tank can live these Blade Lords, I believe it's like Brutal Assault, something like that. Their channel. As long as your tank can live those, you're good to go. It's a pretty free pack. It will clap your tank though, especially on a 27. Then we're just gonna go upstairs here. Where's the priest? Ideally, as a monk, as a Windwalker specifically, you do not want to res if you have the option to. Don't like go to your groups and be like, hey, I'm just never gonna res anybody because my hit combo is so important. But yeah, if you have the option to, don't res. Just because keeping your hit combo up is great, and definitely the play at 99% of the time is just keeping that combo up. So we're just doing these dominators here, pulling 2 at a time. We're just assigning 2 people to a kick. So we just go, Rogue gets the first one, Skull get the second, and then another one, I believe the warrior gets first on star, and the healer gets the second. Yeah, we just do that, 2 at a time, easy peasy, and then do another 2 at a time. Once you bring up the second 2 to the boss room, you can stop at the top. No more bats will spawn. You can just cleave those bats away, and you just got the 2 dominators to worry about. Burn those down nice and easy. After this, we're going to be going to Smash Bite. And luckily, we do have an outlaw rogue in the group running the talent to reduce the city of evasion. So they will be able to get every single odd soak, as long as they're lucky with their rolls. Yeah. So basically the order of soaks for this boss and the dashes is going to be rogue, then the tank, then the rogue, then me, then the rogue, then the tank, then the rogue, then me. Over and over and over again. So I always am trying to save a CD. And it's a physical charge here. So diffuse is unfortunately not going to work. So we're going to save Karma, and we're going to save Dampen, and we're going to get 4 Brew in 15 seconds here. Diffuse, you don't really need to use in this fight. Diffuse, really just if you get trapped in the green for any reason. The green puddles from the Fellbat spew, the barf on the floor. If you get trapped in that for any reason, yeah, I'd pop Diffuse, but you shouldn't ever get trapped in that, ideally. So, yeah, should be no problem. I have seen some talk online about people running the dodge talent instead of dampen harm. So you can solo the dashes on this boss. I do not believe it's worth it, especially with an outlaw rogue in the group. I believe you can get every third if you wait the amount of time to get all your buffs up of the dodge talent, since they reworked it in 10.2.5. But I don't believe it's worth it. I think having a 4th defensive is going to save your ass more than being able to cheese this boss, quote unquote, every third soak or whatever. Yep. So the warrior just ate. This is my eat. I'm going to pop dampen. Bang, no damage. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And I keep the dampen for the stomp, since it's a 10-second buff. Anyway, get this boss down. Not too hard, especially with an outlaw rogue. They're amazing. Also, a brewmaster monk can do the same thing. They're much better with the dodge talent because of their mastery, which can make them just cheese the fuck out of this fight. It's crazy. This and the second boss of Waycrest, you never need to clear if you have a Brewmaster Monk, because of that blackout kick, giving you the insane dodge chance, along with the talents that you run instead of dampen harm. But regardless, anyway, we're going to do this fight. We're going to pull halfway up the stairs here on the next pull. So we're going to pull this little room, then the pack in front of that, the pack in front of that, and the pack in front of that, halfway up the stairs. Then we're going to bring it all down, and it's just kind of a clusterfuck. Just kind of good luck. Don't have boom reaction time, and you'll be fine. Yeah, I'm a little slow, so I got fucked right there. But yeah, don't be jumping around like me. Don't be a little spaz, and you'll be good. Get through that back, get through this back. It's all the same thing. Just watch your feet. Keep it nice and easy. And then we're going to go into the boss here after we kill these spitefuls. Just so we can get our hero to drink up a little bit. Your hero is definitely going to need full mana for this fight. It's probably the hardest boss fight in the dungeon, I'd say. That or the second boss. The second boss is quite a bit harder than people expect. Yeah, so we're going to lust this first phase here, drums. And we're just going to burn the fuck out of this boss. I'm going to pre-karma here, because as you can see, there's just random bolts going out. So you see at the start here, our rogue got absolutely lit. And basically the goal of this fight, is of this first phase at least, is to get the boss down to 20 before your tank gets 4 stacks. If your tank gets 4 stacks, they're probably dead. So nice, if you get them to 3 stacks, currently he's at 2. Yep, so just these bolts randomly coming out. Randomly targets, you can't know. It's on me. Oh, well, fuck me. Whatever. Did I miss it already? Or I fucking missed it. Okay, hold on. Gonna go back a quick second here. We're just gonna rewatch. Random bolts going out. Bang. Popping all CDs with lust here for the tank, so the tank does not get ripped to shreds. Anyway, blowing the hell out of this boss. As you can see, when the Dark Blast happens, there's a cast called the Whirling Blade. I'm just going to go back one more time. Apologies. Just want to make sure this is extremely clear. You got Dark Blast coming in 3 seconds. 2, 1, bang. It's that dark purple you see in the middle here. And then right after that, there's going to be a cast called the Whirling Blade. It targets one random player to 5. And what you want to do, the boss should tank the boss next to the wall. That player, currently me, is going to run between the boss and the wall, which should be up here. As you can see, I'm going to move right there, and then bang, instantly move as soon as the cast goes out, and that blade comes straight from my ass. Now, what the blade will do is bounce between the wall and the boss, where the boss threw it originally. Is a good it is good. Because wherever the boss originally threw it is where it's going to bounce between for the rest of the entire fight. I believe it's only 30 seconds after the boss throws it. But anyways, he's going to throw it against that wall. You just want to move to that wall, bait it right there, and it's going to bounce 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 for about 30 seconds. You just want to walk away. You're out. Good to go. Whew. Anyway, that was a lot. Dark Blast here was Rolling Blade in 2. Tank is 3 stacks, so we're trying to phase him. thankfully phase him before the second Whirling Blade goes out. Don't have to bait anything else. And I'm just vibing. Not dropping any CDs yet. Well, I don't have any CDs to drop, that is. But yeah, I'm just kind of chilling here. Popping, just doing my basic rotation. Keeping my chi good. Yeah, and this Shadow Ball Volley is huge. So we're going to do that exact same combo. Well, not the exact same combo. The ideal combo here would be Karma, Diffuse, maybe Dampen as well. This is probably the hardest hitting thing in the entire game. You'll see everybody. We got Cloak, we got Rally, we got Last Stand, we got Dispersion, we got everything. Cocoon, Diffuse. Basically just rip it, fucking everything. If you need to, if you're undergeared, just rip it all. Rip all your CDs. Who fucking cares? As long as you live this giant hit here, kablamo. As long as you live that, boom. Boss is dead. D-E-A-D, dead. You get the Stinging Swarm here. You can, in theory, Touch of Death this off players. I prefer to save my Touch of Death for the last 15% of the boss, since it does about 1% of the boss's HP per Touch of Death. I'm not sure if you use it at the start here, if it would be back up. I don't believe so, but I could be wrong. I just didn't want to jinx it. So we're just going to walk around here. You're going to see I'm going to Flying Serpent Kick to keep up that hit combo. Super important that you do that. Always just watching that hit combo. For this tracker here, I'm using Tell Me When for all my trackers on my screen. So like this Instant Vivify tracker, Tell Me When. You'll see when I press Serenity here in like 20 seconds. You'll see that pop up. I bought a bunch of trackers that my Karma, Diffuse. All my defensives are through Tell Me When. I prefer that to Weak Ores. I'm just horrible at making Weak Ores. So Tell Me When is a lot more simpler. You just need the spell ID, and then you can mod where it goes and what it says. But yeah, you see. So I have the Zua and Celestial Haste here, the Serenity, and I have my Rising Sun Kick after I finish my Fist of Fury cast. Rising Sun Kick gets increased crit chance for 5 seconds, and I have that tracker right at the top here. I can, in a future video, I can link my Tell Me When. Just let me know in the comments if you're interested in using that, because I'll for sure give it out. Yeah, it just took me, I don't know, maybe an hour to go through all the spell IDs and set it up how I like it. I know it can be a little big for some people, but I like big, personally. I'm going to double Touch of Death here right before the Guile. Just because I don't really need hit combo in this phase. He's going to disappear for about 10 seconds. So I can just build up my hit combo again. And it's really no big deal. So I'm going to, Flying Serpent Kick, Braided Chi Burst here. Chi Burst up to 5 out of 6. And then right before we go in, we're going to Expo Harm to 6. Perfect. Then just burn this boss, and that is a kill with 2 minutes remaining on the clock with 22 deaths. I know, an insane amount of deaths for a 27, but we got it done. GG easy. First 27 for me of the season. So yeah, that is about that. I did 364, I believe, on overall. Not too bad, especially for 22 deaths. I consider that pretty good. I am going to close out here for a sec. I'm just going to pop up the, where it is? There it is. Let me see if I can reorient this. There it is. This is just my breakdown. You got Blackout Kick on top. I press Blackout Kick so much more than anything else. Like about 2 times more Spinning Crank Kick, which I believe is my number 2. But yeah, that 20% buff that I take for Spinning Crank Kick, I believe is totally worth it. For overall, I think it does so much damage, especially when you proc Chi-Ji. Oh my god, they buffed the shit out of Chi-Ji this season, and it is so good. Then Fist of Fury. Touch of Death is a bit lower than I would like it to be. I'd like it to be closer to Fist of Fury, ideally, but everything else is not too bad. Maybe a Strike of the Windlord maybe could be a bit higher for myself. I just got to make sure you're using that with Skyreach to optimize its damage. But outside of that, that's pretty much it. I'll have the log in the description for anybody who wants to check it out. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I appreciate you watching if you got this far through. Yeah. I'll link the album that I'm using as well in the description. Love this album from Super Piano 64, Game Chops, and Unplugged. It's the Mario and Sleep album they just came out with a few days ago, actually. But yeah, appreciate you watching. Yeah, let me know if you have any thoughts or comments or questions. I'd be happy to answer them. If you have anything that's too specific or you want like a log review or something, I would head over to the Peak of Serenity Discord. They have so many good resources there. Yeah, one of the best Windwalker and Monk resources out there at all. So yeah, with that, I'll head out. But thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.